Don't tell Monkey.
Go ahead, Panda. Show us what you can do.
Okay, yeah, I just ate, so I'm still digesting, so my kung fu might not be as good as later on.
How's that?
In the vibrant, mist-shrouded valleys of ancient China, a legend unfolds not in the hands of a seasoned warrior, but in the most unlikely of heroes. Kung Fu Panda introduces us to Po, a rotund and clumsy panda whose greatest passion is not mastering martial arts, but simply admiring it from afar, idolizing the revered Furious Five, a group of elite kung fu masters who protect the Valley of Peace. Voiced with exuberant charm by Jack Black, Po is a figure of humor, warmth, and unexpected insight, embodying the idea that greatness can emerge from the most surprising places. From the opening moments, the film paints a rich, colorful world steeped in the traditions of martial arts, folklore, and the mythic beauty of Chinese landscapes, each frame meticulously crafted to feel both authentic and whimsically cinematic. The valley itself, bustling with anthropomorphic animals, provides a lively backdrop for the story, full of textures, colors, and details that invite viewers to explore a world where animals are not just characters, but carriers of culture, personality, and philosophy. The story is propelled by the prophecy of the Dragon Warrior, a martial arts champion destined to bring peace and harmony to the land. Master Oogway, the wise and elderly tortoise, with a calm demeanor and deep spiritual insight, embodies the archetype of the sage mentor. His quiet wisdom sets the stage for the journey that will define the central conflict. As the narrative unfolds, the valley faces a dire threat in the form of Tai Lung, a powerful snow leopard whose mastery of kung fu has been unmatched, yet whose pride and desire for recognition have consumed him entirely. Tai Lung's return from imprisonment creates tension as the valley's fate hangs in the balance and the search for the Dragon Warrior reaches its climax. What makes this setup compelling is the deliberate subversion of expectation. The Furious Five, masters of skill and discipline, are poised to defend the valley, yet it is Po, seemingly unqualified and physically ill-equipped, who becomes the unlikely candidate. This tension between destiny and self-doubt drives the emotional core of the film. Po's journey begins in the humblest of circumstances, working in his father's noodle shop and dreaming of heroism from a distance. His enthusiasm and love for kung fu are genuine, but entirely untested in combat. The film thrives on the contrast between Po's physical awkwardness and his internal desire to achieve greatness. Early comedic sequences, often highlighting Po's clumsiness, are balanced with subtle moments that hint at his innate potential, suggesting that true mastery is as much about heart and determination as it is about technique. This interplay between comedy and inspiration is a defining feature of Kung Fu Panda, allowing the audience to laugh at the absurdity of Po's initial ineptitude while gradually investing in his transformation. When Master Oogway unexpectedly selects Po as the Dragon Warrior, the valley erupts in disbelief. The Furious Five, particularly Tigress, the most disciplined and serious member of the group, struggle to accept this choice, reflecting the skepticism of the audience itself. This dynamic introduces the theme of underestimation and challenges conventional ideas of strength, skill, and destiny. Po's selection is not merely a plot device, it establishes a philosophical through line that resonates throughout the film. The idea that greatness cannot always be measured by appearances or traditional metrics, and that true power arises from believing in oneself. Po's journey is both physical and metaphysical, as he must learn to align his body, mind, and spirit, navigating the tension between expectation and capability. Training sequences with Master Shifu, the red panda whose stoic demeanor hides a deep well of frustration and care, are central to Po's development. Initially, Shifu is resistant, impatient, and doubtful of Po's abilities. His rigorous training methods, combined with Po's unconventional approach, create both humor and dramatic tension. The film's animation emphasizes this through exaggerated movements, dynamic fight choreography, and the contrast between Po's bulk and the life agility of the Furious Five. These sequences are visually striking, merging slapstick comedy with breathtaking displays of martial arts, while underscoring the underlying lesson that mastery is about finding one's own rhythm rather than imitating others. Po's gradual improvement, often sparked by moments of insight or accidental success, mirrors the classic hero's journey, where growth comes from resilience, creativity, and a willingness to embrace one's uniqueness. The narrative complexity deepens with Tai Lung's backstory, which adds emotional weight to the story. Trained by Master Shifu and once considered his most promising student, Tai Lung's ambition and pride led him down a path of destruction. His desire for the Dragon Scroll, which supposedly holds the secret to limitless power, drives his actions and sets up the film's climactic confrontation. This backstory introduces themes of expectation, obsession, and the danger of rigid adherence to skill without wisdom or compassion. Tai Lung serves not merely as a physical threat, but as a narrative mirror to Po, representing what can happen when potential is corrupted by ego and bitterness. The interplay between Po and Tai Lung is therefore both external and internal, as the story juxtaposes physical prowess with emotional and spiritual growth. A pivotal moment occurs when Po discovers that the Dragon Scroll, the symbol of ultimate kung fu mastery, contains a blank reflective surface. This revelation initially shatters his confidence, emphasizing the film's thematic core. There is no secret formula for greatness. The power lies within, in self-belief, adaptability, and the courage to act despite doubt. This idea resonates beyond the narrative, giving the story a timeless, almost mythic quality, reminding viewers that heroism is accessible to anyone willing to embrace their individuality and rise to the occasion. It is a lesson that Po internalizes gradually, and his triumphs become meaningful not because of sheer strength alone, but because of his ingenuity, determination, and capacity to inspire those around him. The climax of the film masterfully combines visual spectacle with emotional resolution. Tai Lung's assault on the valley is met not by brute force alone, but by Po's unconventional strategy, creativity, and understanding of his own strengths. The choreography of the final battle is exhilarating, blending humor, tension, and dramatic stakes. Po's use of his physicality, once a source of limitation, becomes an advantage, turning perceived weakness into strength. The resolution reinforces the film's central messages. True mastery is holistic, combining courage, self-knowledge, and adaptability. It is not imposed externally, but cultivated internally, and it is often the unexpected that becomes most transformative. In the end, Po earns not only the title of Dragon Warrior, but the respect of the Furious Five, the admiration of the Valley, and, most importantly, his own self-assurance. Beyond the narrative, Kung Fu Panda excels in its aesthetic and technical achievements. The animation style blends traditional Chinese art influences with modern 3D techniques, creating a visual tapestry that is both dynamic and culturally resonant. The characters are distinct and memorable, not only in design, but in personality, each contributing uniquely to the story's progression. Po's humor, vulnerability, and exuberance are counterbalanced by the disciplined grace of Tigress, the intellectual wit of Crane, the sly cleverness of Viper, the playful charm of Monkey, and the understated wisdom of Mantis. Master Shifu's mentorship and Uguay's sage guidance frame the narrative with gravitas, adding layers of meaning that elevate the story from simple comedy to a narrative of moral and philosophical depth. The voice performances are integral to the film's success. Jack Black infuses Poe with boundless energy, sincerity, and comedic timing, making him instantly relatable despite his extraordinary circumstances. Ian McSherion's commanding presence as Tai Lung brings gravitas and menace to the antagonist, ensuring that the stakes feel real and pressing. Angelina Jolie's Tigress is both elegant and formidable. Her voice conveys precision, discipline, and hidden warmth. The synergy of the cast brings authenticity to their interactions, enhancing both the humor and the emotional resonance of the story. The dialogue balances wit and wisdom, often using comedy to reveal character traits, advance the plot, and underscore the film's larger themes of perseverance, self-discovery, and the nature of heroism. Musically, the score complements the visual and narrative elements seamlessly, blending traditional Chinese instrumentation with dynamic orchestral compositions. It heightens emotional beats, punctuates moments of humor, and accentuates the intensity of action sequences. The soundtrack supports the storytelling by reinforcing mood and character, ensuring that viewers are not only visually engaged, but emotionally invested in Poe's journey. Every battle, every training session, every moment of triumph or doubt is underscored by music that enhances the cinematic experience, making the film immersive on multiple sensory levels. At its heart, Kung Fu Panda is more than a story about martial arts or comedy. It is a story about identity, self-worth, and the courage to embrace who you are. Poe's transformation from a dreamer and outsider to a confident dragon warrior resonates because it is grounded in universal truths. Audiences are drawn to his imperfections, his humor, and his relentless optimism, seeing in him the potential for greatness within themselves. The film's narrative structure, combining humor, action, and heartfelt moments, ensures that it appeals to viewers of all ages, providing layers of enjoyment and meaning. It challenges the conventions of the hero archetype, suggesting that heroes are not always born from tradition or expectation, but often emerge from passion, authenticity, and perseverance. The success of Kung Fu Panda lies in its seamless blend of storytelling, animation, voice acting, and music. Each element is thoughtfully designed to support the others, creating a cohesive and compelling cinematic experience. The film's humor is never gratuitous. It arises naturally from character and circumstance, balancing the more serious themes of destiny, responsibility, and personal growth. Its action sequences are visually stunning, yet narratively meaningful, serving both to entertain and to illustrate lessons in courage, strategy, and resilience. Even the supporting characters, from the Furious Five to the denizens of the Valley of Peace, contribute to the thematic depth, highlighting the importance of community, mentorship, and collaboration in achieving greatness. Ultimately, Kung Fu Panda is a celebration of the extraordinary within the ordinary. It reminds viewers that limitations are often self-imposed, that potential exists in unexpected places, and that humor, heart, and determination can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Poe's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of self-belief, and the transformative impact of embracing one's true self. The film's enduring appeal stems from its ability to entertain, inspire, and move audiences simultaneously, offering a story that is as uplifting as it is thrilling, as funny as it is profound, and as visually breathtaking as it is emotionally resonant. It is a cinematic experience that leaves a lasting impression, reminding us all that sometimes the most unlikely heroes are the ones destined to change the world.